Good afternoon, potato chips. How you doing? Wee Paddy from across the shuck. And you're very welcome this afternoon, because this is the best day of the month for me, and hopefully the best day of the month for you if you're lucky enough to be able to get one of these Jack Wolf knives. This is the sixth one in the series that we've got so far. And I'm starting to laugh because I'm sick of saying, you know, you can't like every knife that somebody brings out. Well, do you want to know something? This is the sixth one. Um, I can't find fault with. It's just different. It is absolutely exciting how many knives in a row he can bring out that I actually like. Now, some I like more than others, of course that. But I'm talking about a reviewer trying to tell his audience. I'm also talking as a collector and just a knife lover. They're just fantastic knives. Fantastic. And I know a lot of people won't be able to collect a whole lot. I'm getting the whole lot, so I'm a very lucky boy. But as far as being truthful and telling you what I think of the knife, there's not even a question mark in my head that when I've recommended any of these knives, whatever I've said, I stand by fully. And there's not many knife designers that you can say, oh, well, I like this. I keep saying it 6 times in a row. I've liked every one. Some have looked unusual to my eye line, but when you put them in hand, they just make sense. So I'm going to stop now. I'm nearly 2 minutes and I haven't shown you anything. This is the package that you get from Jack Wolf, which has not lessened in its excitement when you open this box up to see what's going to be in it. You get this beautiful box. This is Ben Belgin's design, by the way. He's the owner and CEO of Jack Wolf Knives. The knives are made in honour of his grandfather. Please pause and read that. It's a great story. It's just a nice, simple story of an everyday fella and his granddad. And the fact that later on in life, he's able to honour him with this beautiful line of knives. So there we go. There's the first one. Then you get this beautiful tin. Look at this picture on it. Is that not fantastic? This is coming up to Halloween. This is the Vampire Jack. What else could you have? Look at that artwork on that tin. But these are collectible now. This will only ever be on this knife. As he makes more and more knives, there'll not be a doubled up pattern. They'll all be different. Designed or drawn by Sean Tiffany, who's a fantastic. There he is there. Sean Tiffany, who's he's designed for Marvel. I've told you, if this is the first time, he designed for Marvel, all sorts of other top USA companies, but he is absolutely given Ben's brief, and then to bring these out is just fantastic. Another super rendition this month. You get this month, and I want more of these ones, these lovely blue Jack Wolf hankies that come with it, cleaning cloth, whatever you want to call it. They are huge. They're fantastic. There's no skimping here. You get a full big cloth, and they're beautiful. This is my one I use for wiping my knives, cleaning the camera on my phone. This one's just solely for that. I won't use them for dirty work because I just love them. That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. You get the Pog. The Pog, which is fantastic. It's the same picture that you get on the sticker, but this Pog is just fantastic. So each month I change mine. I've now got what's it say on it? It says draw blood. Isn't that lovely? And you get the little Pog which goes up top there, and this stays there for the month. Then you also get a leather slip. Look at that beautiful leather slip. The stitching is fantastic. They've got better from the first one, I'd have to say. Lovely, soft, pliable leather. Really nice. Holds the knife securely in there, so you don't need to buy anything else. But for this knife, this is my first black canvas micarta one. And I just put it in a black sheath because it just said to me, put me in a black sheath. So I did. And here it is. And eventually, after 4 minutes and 43 seconds, you're going to get to see what is just a look. I want my background to sort of come in. Look at the shape of that knife. This is a coffin jack. It's got the squared off edges here, top and bottom, the wide bit to get your shoulders in the coffin. Look, honestly, you have to go with the whole theme. You must do, because that's, again, is part of the excitement. Do you have another knife like this in your collection? I think the chances are very, very small that many people have another knife that looks just like this. Wouldn't you say? It is fantastic. But when I looked at it on the screen before I got it in hand, I thought, how in heck's name can that be comfortable with two bits poking you? I know we've got swell centres, and I don't have any other double swells, I don't think, in my collection. But I love that. Again, the perfect, and the difference. Listen to that. You have a nail nick this time, but this is a full hollow again, and although there's a swedge, you still have the top of the hollow. So you pinch both sides of it, and out it comes. Listen to it. Just, oh, if you're a slip joint lover, and if you're not, you're going to be once you get one of these Jack Wolves in your hands. I just love that shape. Now, my fear was it wouldn't be that comfortable in hand. I don't know whether that's a rational fear that other people have had. But Mr. Ben is definitely a genius as far as it comes to knife design. I'm going to get that out of the way because I want this knife to be front and centre. You put this in your hand. You wrap your hand round here. And because of the swell on this side, it's divided equally, right? So your front two fingers go in here. And if you've got fat fingers, they'll go up a wee bit to there. Doesn't really matter. And then the back two fingers, and you're not put there, it just naturally falls with your hand. And I hear you saying, but I've got big hands, I've got small hands. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I give it to my wife, who's tiny hands. She lifts. First of all, here's a shock. I was looking at this with sort of anticipation. The first time she looked at it when I handed it over to her to hold, she went, "Oh, I really like that." My wife doesn't do that a lot, especially to my knives. But she put it in her hand. Oh, that's really comfortable. And I'm going, right, okay. All your worries, Stephen, gone away. Just one statement. A non-knife person who doesn't normally say, "Oh, I like that." She said it to a few knives, but you put it in hand. The front two fingers are at the top. There's no competition for space on this handle. Genuinely, no competition. And even when you're full up here like this, I have a large hand. It's not going to close on you. Like, you can see the pressure I'm putting on my thumb. It's not going to close on you, as long as you use it properly. But look at that spear point or dagger. I think it looks, look, I'm going to put it like this. Do you remember those old jet planes that had a very small set of wings at the back, going towards the back of the plane? That's what it reminds me of, or a missile. It reminds me of a missile. That's exactly what it looks like there. Now, maybe it's because I'm a big child, but that's exactly what that profile reminds you of, as a missile. It looks sleek to the point. It's a proper dagger shape. It's boys' own stuff. You put this in your hand and honestly, it melts in. It is so comfortable. The coffin shape is more angular at the bottom here, so I didn't get this is the other coffin shape that Ben has done. Obviously he likes it. They're different shapes at the bottom. Can you see that? This is like a smaller. I got this one sort of stuck into me a bit, so I filed it down a wee bit, but this one doesn't. And it's a little bit, just that. This is a little bit smaller than this, but not by much. I'll get back to how that looks beside it. But black stuff on the handle. Micarta. Good gosh. It's every video now. I'm getting older, it's getting worse. That black micarta is gorgeous. It's like a dark grey black. And I know with my filth signature, it will change all that as I use it and carry it. But oh my goodness, it's so comfortable. And this blade, spear blade, do you want to know? I don't know any job that this wouldn't be good at. Piercing, cutting, and I will talk about the cutting in a minute. It's got the same thickness of the blade steel, but a full hollow ground. And Right, here's the middle of the blade. You see when I hold that and push my two fingers together, you don't feel anything there. You genuinely, up until about there, there's not much. Up until here, you can't really feel much difference at all in the depth of the blade here between my fingers. It's so slicey. Ben done his, and he has a video. If you go onto his Instagram, he measured his at 10 thousandths behind the edge. I'm not even going to. Other people have done it, and have got less as well. So to say this is a slicing machine is the biggest understatement you'll ever hear in the knife community. Listen to this. It's just sheet paper. If that doesn't get you excited, what the heck does in this? This is a knife and it's meant to cut. All knives are meant to cut, and by goodness does this cut. I think this is the sliciest yet. How many times have I said that? I told you 6 times. 6 flipping knives he's brought out. 6 knives I absolutely adore. Look at this. Really, really just so comfortable. I can't explain to you how comfortable it is. Full grip, absolutely comfortable. I say my large hands sort of covering that. It's a medium to large hands. I don't know whether it's over. It's sort of medium. It's average large. But, I'm delirious. Do you know, I didn't just get this 5 minutes ago. I got this in Monday night. This was posted from America on just the end of last week. And I think it was Friday, actually. And I got it on Monday from America. Yeah, Monday. So I had this all day yesterday. I've been using it, cutting with it, opening boxes. I've been slicing cardboard. You wouldn't see it on it. This grind is amazing for hiding any sort of wear on a knife. It is just amazing. Just slightly cardboardy bits left, but it'll come off. There you are. Just comes off. Look, there's some things in life that, when I say this, don't doubt it. This is one of the sliciest knives you'll ever buy from any maker. It's just it. It's fact. Most of his knives are as sharp as any other knife, custom or whatever. 10 degrees behind the edge. Come on. Come on. This, and like, here's the honest bit. You see in profile, when you hold that up like that, I'm not overstruck with a profile, right? But you just tilt that down there, and everything that is wee boyish about me says missile. Honestly, it's what it looks like. And you put it in hand, and that'll break through the Earth's crust. It's just gorgeous. Really, really lovely. I can't keep saying it, but it is just genuine. This is my other micarta. This was a natural micarta, which I dyed red. So I could dye that if I wanted to now while it's this colour before I get a signature fill. But this is my favourite work knife. This is my joint favourite work knife. There's 2 blades, right? Some people like the directness of the sheep's foot where it gets down to the point very early. You're not going to lift your hand away up. This you have to lift it up ever so slightly more, but very little. But as a point going through anything, this will slice, break and slice. It's just phenomenal. Them 2 knives will cover any work that I will ever have. They just will. They're just fantastic. Absolutely lovely. I really love them. This one having the big bolster is a Barlow. This is just a jackknife. And I just can't believe how lovely this knife is. A beautiful piece of design that in hand is incredibly comfortable. But this is boy's own. Look at that. That is just phenomenal. I don't know what to say. I'm sort of stuck in that missile look, that little boy's excitement about getting his first penknife. That's what I feel like. And that's what I feel like every month. And I'm not I feel like a little boy who's just getting his first penknife. And the excitement inside me is just, it's nearly unbearable to get the box open and get a look at it, which is why I very rarely do them on camera. I am so excited. I can't wait to test now for the rest of the week. My friend Justin's going to get it on Friday and he's going to have a good go at it. And then it's up for It goes on sale on the 14th of this month from Fraymar Knives. Frank and Andrew, best little mamas and papas shop in the UK. They are gentlemen. They will look after you perfectly. They'll handle any problems you have. But we don't have problems with JWK knives. Very, very rarely is there anybody that has a problem with one, which is just even more, because when you're spending a fair bit of money, you want that chance of it to be perfect. Look, it's made by a human, or assembled by a human and finished by a human, but it is made by a human. So sometimes even the checker, who is Ben, checks everyone, can let something just slip through. But there has been so little. It's one of the few knives where I know when it comes, it's like an inside fit. I know it's going to be all right. It's whether I like the knife or not. The fit and finish has just been outstanding on these knives. We don't know who the OEM is, but if I was them, I'd want my name out, because listen to that. Look at that. Just look at it. It's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And the perfect pull. This is about a 7.5. Ben was right on this one. About a 7.5. But it's just exciting. And here, look, do you know the way we get knives? Look, you have this sort of knife, this size of knife. It's an under 3-inch blade. This is big enough for myself, and I believe most people. This will do anything you're ever going to want to do for an EDC knife. An EDC knife. This is the same. This will do anything I ever want to do. But my joy with EDC knives, my joy is pairing them up. And I like to carry two knives. And your main EDC knife doesn't have to be the only knife that could do you all day. Here's one that I paired with this for today. This is it's a custom knife from J.H. Lloyd in America. It has a polar bear crest, which is why I like this knife. It's not far off. The blade length will be not far off. No, near enough exactly the same. A wee bit smaller, bit thinner. But this is my secondary knife for today. And how does that look? It just looks amazing. As my main carry and my secondary carry. And that means a lot. I do like that sort of thing. And that's why I have it in a black slip. Because it just goes together. But another knife that I would carry as a secondary knife is the Swiss Army Executive. Another fantastic knife. It's 50, what is this? No, 74. 74, 75. Well, let me just get the pen blade out. Oh, on this side. What am I doing, Stephen? Right, there's the pen blade. But look at that knife. What a lovely secondary carry, because it's got so many other tools. It's scissors, nails, a small pen blade. Great. So I have a lovely choice, and I love having that choice with the black micarta. This is black wood, and this is just plastic. But they're lovely little carries to go along with it. So I'm pleased with that. So for today, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to invite you to just have a think. Hang on, I'll do a video probably on one day at the way, maybe Saturday. Oh, hang on. The 14th. I have Ben on the show. He's going to talk about this knife, and I've got some great questions for him on our podcast on Monday night. Monday, this coming Monday, Ben will be on the podcast. Just a short podcast where he's going to tell us each month, about the design of the knife, where he gets inspiration from and whatever. It's a nice wee chat, very informal. Please come along and join us. There's myself, my friend Justin, and Dan, who are both not on YouTube, but they're knife lovers. So that's a wee plug for that as well. That'll be coming this coming Monday, just before the sale, which I believe is on the Wednesday of next week. So there you go, folks. I am overexcited as normal. Justin's going to get this on Thursday. I'll pick it back up on Friday night. Let him have a good look at it and feel it. I'm not going to have time to get it to Dan this month. So there we go. Take care, Paddy's away. I know, I've just got on, but it is beautiful. Please, please, please. Keep following along, and if the day comes that you can get one, or if this is going to be your 6th one in a row, you are going to love it. Bye now.